Massey Ferguson, with the gold wheels and a mighty grin, will always be right there to lend a hand. If you see him passing by the road, tip your hat and say hello to the greatest little tractor in the land. It was such a cloudy day in Forest Hill Farm. Massey, Tom, and their friends were just getting ready to do the goods delivery, and Fee was giving out the orders. All of you are to take the goods to Woolworths and Co's today, she said. If you finish it, there's a treat that's only for one. Massey seemed excited. He and all his friends were to deliver the goods to Woolworths, different to Countdown back in New Zealand. He looked at the road away from the farm. I wonder what's over that hill, he thought, only whispering. He didn't want anyone to get to it before him. Off you go now, said Fee. Off they all went. Massey collected the goods for Woolworths. Once it was finished, he decided to have a look at this treat Fee was mentioning. When he came back to the farm, he saw Tom's trailer full of green waste waiting to be taken. I'll take that. It must be for whatever's over that hill, Massey thought. Fee wasn't about, so he hooked himself onto it and set off. He went over the hill down to the other side. He passed a golf course and a train, which was just a playground piece. Soon he came to another new town called Margate. This is my favorite place to come to. It's pretty awesome, thought Massey. He saw the gap in a fence with something not seen from him for years. This was a gate, and as he went through it, he could see a new but dirty sight. A tip yard with a spot for his load to be dropped off. I've never seen a tip in New Zealand. I wonder what I can explore here, Massey asked himself. A foreman walked up. Hello. I didn't see you coming in, he said. You must be from New Zealand. That's right, sir. I'm Massey, and I'm liking to explore this yard after I give you this green waste, said Massey. You can drop it off in the left side of the yard, said the foreman. Mind the other machines that work here. So Massey dumped the green waste He saw a shed he'd never seen before. It looked fun to visit, and he could see a movie screen just in through the doors. But he didn't want to watch any movie just now. He wanted to explore the shed, then head back to the farm. No one from Ferguson Farmers known this, except I'm the one that found it, said Massey. I wonder what's inside. That's odd. Max hasn't come here. He said to me he was visiting Blackman's Bay, and the route to it is next to mine I used. He had a shock hitting him as he described Max's route. Oh dear! Max will find me if he finds the shed. I must hurry back before Fee would tell him where I went. He ran out of the tip all the way home. As he did, he met Gracie and Buzz with Tom, who had finished. Hello, Massey. You look worried, said Tom. Max just told us he's at Blackman's Bay, said Gracie. That's the problem. It's next to the hill that takes me to Margate, said Massey. I visited a tip and was worried before I went into the shed in the yard. He would think I was clowning around if he sees me. He's not about, so you can still explore the tip, said Gracie. Shh, here comes Max. Hello, you lot. Oh, hello, Massey. Where have you been? Margate, Max. It's got a golf course and a playground train, said Massey. I thought it great to see. Margate? Fee said to me you went to it when she saw you through the window. Massey sighed with relief. Max didn't know about his secret place he took the trailer to. The next morning was Massey's day off. When no one was awake, he slipped quietly away, unnoticed. Max was fast asleep. He didn't even hear him leave the shed. Massey came to the tip in Margate and went sneaking to the shed. He almost got in. When he got inside, he found what he was looking for. Standing in the shed was a little yellow fairy. It had a name written on his side, spelt F-R-E-D. Good day, Fred, Massey said, reading it. You're one of the fairies I haven't seen back in New Zealand. Fred suddenly looked up. Oh, hello, little tractor. How are you? And how did you know my name? Said he. I'm Massey. Your letters say your name, and you live in Australia. But I won't tell you the whole story. What are you doing in this shed? I've been put here by a tractor that's the same colour as you, Massey, said Fred. It's got some paint to get me looking good as new. That's Tom. He took you here, said Massey. Where did he find you? In a bay with a playground. I was hit by a rock that made a hole. It's mended and my coat's repainted, Fred explained. So I'm waiting for Tom to pick me up. I'll tell him you're ready. He went back to the farm. Tom was about to leave the farm when Massey came up. Fred's waiting for you, Tom, he said. I was about to go there to take him back to the water, Massey. He must be mended by now, said Tom. Can I give you a hand? He is heavy, said Massey. Yes, please. He could do with 2. They went to get Fred out of the tip yard. Fred was transported out of Margate back to the bay, where he got hit from a rock. Thanks, you 2, he said. I'm glad to have 2 friends that are red. And he floated away to head to his staying spot somewhere in Snug. Tom and Massey were about to head back when they ran into Mac's tractor, who seemed to be looking for them. What have you 2 been doing? He asked. He was wanting you to help me with the ploughing after Weezy harvested the wheat. Massey knew it was time to tell the truth of what he was doing. I visited a tip, Max, delivering green waste, and was to find a shed till I realized your route was closer to mine. I thought you would catch me clowning around, he said. In a tip yard? Catch you clowning around? I wouldn't do that. I knew you were taking the trailer when you finished the job, said Max. It's that tractor factor you've been using again. Oh, thank goodness you knew my whereabouts, truly, said Massey. You may want to know we've been helping a yellow fairy called Fred. I found him stranded in this bay, said Tom. So I took him to the tip so he could get mended and repainted to normal. You might see him again someday. I haven't seen this fairy called Fred, said Max. No one ever told us about a fairy for years in New Zealand. Anyway, we better head back. We're ploughing. So they headed back to the farm. Massey wondered to himself where he would go to next day in Tasmania. He had a lot to learn about the state and probably friends to make. Massey Ferguson, with the gold wheels and a mighty grin, will always be right there to lend a hand. If you see him passing by the road, tip your hat and say hello to the greatest little tractor in the land.